Hey there, people of the verse, welcome to the channel, the Eradicator here, and in this video we'll be talking about the various ship classes that are, I wouldn't say introduced, but reintroduced, refurbished in Star Citizen Alpha 3.14. It is very important here for the devs to make sure that all of these ship classes feel different, and so we will be testing them out in this video with light fighters, interceptors, medium fighters, and heavy fighters. We'll see how they fight, and the first test that we are doing here is with an Aegis Gladius, a light fighter classified as such. And so, according to the chart that we discussed yesterday in yesterday's video, the light fighters are supposed to be more nimble, more agile, but at the same time they are also supposed to be not very durable too. Now this Gladius is, I believe, perhaps the best light fighter there is in the game, simply because, well, it has a little bit more missiles and it has this big massive Gatling gun in the top with two laser guns on the side. So we're going to see here how much damage it is going to do, how effective it is going to be. And we are just taking here a bounty hunting mission. So we're going to see right here. Oh, looks like we are being targeted here by a missile. We'll be sending a missile. Oh, there you go. Missile lock. We'll be trying to avoid that missile. I'm pressing the J key here to make sure that I'm I think I did the countermeasures work properly. I haven't lost any of my shields here, but that missile over there did not hit its target. Sorry, it was not a bounty hunting mission, it was an ECM mission, my bad. And so avoiding nose-to-nose combat, this is what CIG wants to happen in this patch here. Ships trying to outmaneuver himself. Did you notice here ammo low already? That's because the capacitors here. Yeah, of course, the capacitors run out of energy, so you can only shoot your weapons when you think you have a perfect shot. All right, there we go. Well, mostly used. Did you see? I mostly used the laser guns, and I finished with the Gatlings a little bit at the end. And this is what got me the kill. We're going to try again. This time it is a what are we fighting out here? Looks like it is a Cutlass Black. The Cutlass Black has already a little bit of the shields depleted here. It's a much bigger target, so it should be much easier to hit with the Gatling gun, which is what I'm doing here. Lots of direct hit here with a Gatling gun, and when I'm not sure I'm going to hit, I'm using instead the laser guns. The laser guns which are going to keep the shields depleted like that. We're working pretty well here on that Cutlass Black, which of course is not a very durable ship. People call it the paper-thin fighter. I'm not so sure about this, but for sure. Oh, let's see if it is going to get. No, it didn't crush. It didn't crash against those debris. You gotta have to be watching out here around those debris. There we go. No, it's not dead yet. There. All right. Okay, it did crash against those debris because it lost two of the engines, so of course it couldn't maneuver properly. All right, let's keep on working here. Some extra explosions here. This is a dangerous area, even for the NPC that seem to be having issues. Where is the next NPC? Seems that there's going to be another one right there. No, this is a Mantis that is actually with me. So let's not target the Mantis. Okay, here we go. Missiles incoming here. I'm trying to avoiding firing countermeasures. Hopefully those countermeasures are going to take care of those missiles. Yes. Firing another one just for good measure. So far, so good. Yes, that looks like the Mantis here was able to take care of that Buccaneer. There's another one right here. Now, this is not going to be easy because those Buccaneers are really tiny, which is why I'm not using the Gatling gun. I'm trying to get as close as possible, which is the new thing here in 3.14. It seems that it's very important to get as close as possible to your target so that you can really have the best shot, so that then you don't waste your ammo, which is what I'm trying to do here. Those light fighters are very easy to maneuver. They're fast and agile, and that is definitely something that you can do with them, and then you just have to adjust your speed. There you go. These are the perfect shots right here. I was running out of energy. For some reason, I have lost my Gatling gun, so I cannot use it anymore. So I'll be relying on the lasers only. There we go, very effective.
Let's not do that again.
we won't. All right.
Honestly, we all have to eat, you know.
Yeah, there's always a bug with those ECN mission. The contracts become hostile at the end. It's just the line. They don't hit you, but it's as if they would. Anyway, as you could see here, light fighter is very maneuverable, easy to destroy smaller targets. We're going to see now how it goes with the Interceptor class, and it will be interesting to see how different it's going to be. Now, the Interceptor class, according to CIG, is also featuring low durability, so that's something you have to keep in mind, but it is also supposed to be very fast in straight line, which is why we're having ships, for example, like the M50, and here the 325A, which really needed a lot of love in my opinion, because, and this is also something that a lot of people have said in the comment section of the past video, the 300 series, a lot of people say that the 300 series just sucks. It's just bad at everything, and so I decided to check it out for myself as well. Here we're equipped with 2 laser cannons as well as a big Gatling gun on its nose too, so we are going to take here a bounty hunting mission, and we are going to see how good it fares in that bounty hunting mission. So normally here, that is the very first bounty hunting mission available when you start the game, so there should be 2 targets, 2 very low risk targets, but nevertheless it will be a good thing to see how effective that ship is. You see, by the way, I was able to go at 1235 meters per second, a really fast ship indeed, and it's also pretty good at braking too because of its big retro thrusters as well. So what ship are we looking at here? It looks like it is an M50 Interceptor accompanied by a Mustang Gamma or Delta? Mustang Delta, sorry. So we'll be sending a little missile first. Of course, the 325A is equipped with missile. Is it going to be a hit? Looks like the M50 was able to avoid. Yeah, with countermeasures, of course. And that means that we'll be doing our best here to try to hit that ship. That ship is not easy. People say that the M50 is also doing very well. Another Interceptor class vessel. Very fast, very small to hit as well, but also very low durability and low hit points too, meaning that, yeah, it's not going to be easy to hit it, but each hit is going to have an impact and is going to count. So if I can have a perfect shot, then I suppose that's how I will be able to eradicate that tiny little vessel like here. Oh yes, did you see here? We can even hear the NPC screaming in agony. That is a good sign that I am doing the right thing. Still here, not easy. The M50 is definitely doing its best to try to outmaneuver me, but luckily the 325A is also very agile. Not as agile as a light fighter, but it's still very fast. And those interceptor ships are usually better for hit and run tactics. That's why they are using their speed. Oh, a little bit of desync. Where is the M50? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So the strategy with a ship like that would be to run away and then turn around, hit some missile, run away. With the speed here, you can outspeed pretty much any other ship with this kind of vessel. But for the purpose of this video, I am not going to be doing that. I'm just trying to use the Gatlings here. I got a perfect shot, and yes! Oh, it just took a few bullets to take care of that M50. That was very satisfying. Actually, I'm having a lot of fun flying this 325. This is the first time in a very long time that I'm enjoying this ship. Actually, it's the first time since this ship was reworked by CIG that I am enjoying it. It is a real pleasure. The 2 laser guns here are quite effective. And it's just, I'm going to use the Gatlings if I have a perfect shot. No, not yet. Trying to get the target just in front of me, and we'll be finishing it with the Gatling, which is the way that the ballistic guns now are intended to be used. Let's see if I can use it a little bit. No, oh no, oh, nice turn here, but see the Gatlings. Oh, well, it crashed. The Gatlings here were able to do a little bit of damage, which got the Delta here out of control, and it crashed. And I had a lot of fun here flying this 325A. Very effective ship here in 3.14, and again there was clearly a difference here, which I would say was perhaps the speed. This ship is a little bit faster, but not as maneuverable as a light fighter. This is more the type of combat ship that would suit me, so I think that starting from 3.14 and on, you will definitely see me use a 325A far more often than before. Coming up next is the medium fighter, and this is going to be embodied by the Super Hornet. Now, very interestingly, the Cutlass Black is also classified as a medium fighter, at least in the ASUP terminal. But on Spectrum, the devs said that only heavy fighters have manned turrets, but the Cutlass Black has a manned turret, so it should be a heavy fighter. And fun fact, when I flew the Cutlass Black a couple of videos ago, you guys noticed that it's very sluggish and not maneuverable at all, so it definitely feels more like a heavy fighter than a medium fighter. But anyway, we are going to see how this one goes. Medium fighters have more firepower. They are also going to be more durable than the light fighters and the interceptors, and at the same time the drawback is that they are a little bit less agile too, so we are losing a little bit of agility here with the medium fighter, but that's okay. We're still going to see here how well it is going to fight. I'm going to try. Oh my goodness, yes, we have at our disposal, you can see, more firepower, 2 sets of Gatling guns on the wings, but also four laser guns that we'll be using here, 2 on the nose turret and 2 on the top turret as well. This is going to be quite a fight. Now we are going to go towards Aberdeen, and we will take another ECN mission. I like those ECN missions. These are the 21,000 Alpha UEC ECN missions. Those are the missions that give you some combat ships like Cutlasses and also Buccaneers. So a mix of different types of missions, and we'll be going there as quickly as possible. Now, there are a couple of things that I noticed, by the way, in 3.14. Trying combat a little bit more. First, the quantum travel, the quantum mode is not deactivating by itself. It stays activated, so you will have to deactivate it when you finish using quantum drive. This is a new feature. Also, the crosshairs here, the magic auto aim crosshairs that we had for gimbals, is gone. So gimbal guns now require more skills and more accuracy, so they're a little bit more difficult to use. Anyway, we have arrived at our destination. This is going to be the client that I will have to protect, and this is the very first target. Let's see how close we are. A little bit too close here, so no missiles, but I'm using here all the 4 laser guns. Of course, gonna have to watch out for the ballistics here, the capacitors. It seems that because I have 4 laser guns, the capacitors seem to be depleting much faster than they would normally do, so I will try to maybe use the power triangle to have a little bit more power on the lasers as well. What are we fighting here? Looks like it is a Buccaneer. Oh well, there we go. No need for the Gatlings. The 4 laser guns here were definitely much more effective than the 2 laser guns available on the light fighters and the Interceptor as well. So that is already quite a difference. For sure, the Super Hornet does feel more sluggish than the 2 fighters that I have tried, but at the same time, it definitely feels more effective with more firepower too. Well, you see the Cutlass here launched some countermeasures, so the missile is not going to be firing, unfortunately, but I'm having a lot of direct shots here on that Cutlass, just like before. Using the Gatlings are going to be extremely effective. Did you see that? It just took a few bullets once the shields were depleted and already the hull was worn down by the laser. It just took a few bullets from the Gatling guns to be killing that Cutlass. Extremely effective here. I absolutely love what I'm seeing. This is awesome. Now, of course, I can see that the NPCs are using more missiles at the same time. Well, that is a Buccaneer here. I had to use a couple of countermeasures here, some flares to be avoiding being hit with that missile. So far, so good. Yeah, ballistics low. Gonna have to get accurate a little bit closer here to make sure that those hits, those lasers do hit their target. This is definitely not easy. We got a couple of good shots here, but I really need to get closer than that. It is a little bit difficult here, of course, with a medium fighter. You can see I'm trying to use my boost, but the Buccaneer is, well, is a light fighter, so it much more easily outmaneuvers and flies around my Super Hornet. I am having a harder time, although it is still possible, and when I hit, I do make a difference. but yeah, it's definitely easier for that Buccaneer to try to avoid my hits. I don't know what it is doing here, just stays in front of my ship for some reason. Alright, trying to avoid my my fire here. Well, see, it's much more difficult. Much more difficult. Well, not really difficult, but these ships are definitely more agile, and it definitely does feel it. But I have more firepower. I don't know why it's not even shooting at me. That's weird. It's probably because of the servers. That we do know that the servers. Oh, that was really close. We do know that the servers sometimes do significantly hinder the capabilities of the NPCs, which is explaining perhaps why they are not even shooting. They are flying, but they're not shooting. That's weird.
Ballistics low.
There we go.
Ballistics dry.
I suppose that it is decent target practice. Now we have something else here. This is another Buccaneer, so using a missile. No, I'm a little bit too close. No, I was able to fire a missile right here. But of course those NPCs know how to avoid the missiles, so it's not going to be that effective. Trying to hit some good hits here. Yes, again. Very good. Where's the problem is that with the sun, I got blinded by the sun. I couldn't see where it was. Let's try to have a look at the little red arrow again. Alright, there it is. Okay, well, when you were asking for it, just in front. Here we go. Full of good shots again. Well, there's desync. Sometimes when you see those enemy ships here teleporting, that's because of desync.
I got you.
Here we go. No, you didn't get me really good. I got you really good, my good sir. And you can see it's very interesting. With the Super Hornet, it's much more difficult to be destroying the smaller ships like Buccaneers, but it's much more easy. It's much easier to destroy big ships like the Cutlass. So a very interesting change indeed. Here again, proving that each ship has its pros and cons. It's like a game of rock, scissors, papers, which was definitely... there we go, eradicated. Which was definitely the type of gameplay that CIG was intended for different classes of ships, and overall I think the result is very satisfactory. That there is one more class of ship that is still missing here that we'll be trying right now, and these are of course the heavy fighters. And what better ship than a Vanguard Warden for trying the heavy fighter class? And this is one of those heavy fighters are supposed to be, of course, sluggish, not maneuverable, but with a lot of firepower, and especially most effective with a gunner. Those heavy fighter ships all have turrets on top that are going to definitely give significant firepower, and they're also designed to be compensating the lack of maneuverability as well, giving extra range here, because the the man using the turret is going to be having different angles that the pilot necessarily will not have, and this is something that we'll be seeing. Now first you're trying to do a mission against an NPCs. Now of course fighting NPCs is definitely one thing, fighting players is going to be something different. Now using a little missile gear, there we go, take this. Let's see how that Aurora Legionnaire is going to be avoiding it. So far so good. It is a light fighter as well, not as maneuverable because of course the design of the Aurora is not designed to be a light fighter. Looks like I'm having a really good shot here. Great angle. Let's see if we can use the Gatling gun at the same time. Oh no, don't even need the 4 nose guns here. We're able to make very short work of that Aura, but as I mentioned before, fighting against NPCs is one thing, fighting against players here is another. And so here there was a player with a bounty, a certain uninitiated, well, let's say, oh no, he got lucky here. The first missile got got intercepted by an asteroid. Let's see what that second missile, oh yeah, it looks like the second missile was definitely able to hit its target, but the next missiles not so much. He's probably trying to see what is going on. There we go. He's using flares to avoid the missiles. He has definitely seen me and getting to attack position. We are fighting, ladies and gentlemen, an arrow, which is going to be a very interesting combat. Unfortunately, you can see the shields are red here, but they are not depleted. He's trying to regenerate his shields, and then when the shields will be regenerated, he will be starting his attack run, which definitely he does, and he is using the full advantages of his arrow. You can see it is extremely difficult for me to get a right angle of attack, simply because, well, he's just outmaneuvering me, trying to get a good shot, but yeah, he's trying to use the pips here. Of course, there's no more of that auto-aim little crosshairs that we had before. All of that is gone. I'm trying to get the pip, especially since those are fixed guns here on the front of that Vanguard, so it's really not easy to hit a much smaller, more agile target. As you can see, I'm not using the Gatling gun as well, because, well, for the Gatling gun you need to make sure that the target is right in front of you, and on top of that, with the Gatling gun there's also that tiny little bit of delay here until, you know, from the time the Gatling gun is charging until it is finally unloading its bullets, so it doesn't make it really effective in this kind of situation. And this is really when I wish that I had a gunner in my ship that would definitely help me out, you know, maybe correcting some of the lack of accuracy that I am having, and also maybe give different type of options for my target here, because all they have to do is just get a right angle of attack slightly on the side, as you can see, so that he can hit me and I can't hit him. But of course, if I had a gunner on the other side, then my gunner would have been able to hit this target from pretty much every angle on top of the ship, which is not the case right now. Well, my shields are definitely depleted now, and he's already working on the hull of the ship, whereas his shields have fully regenerated, as you can see. So pretty much anything that I am doing here is not working at all. I'm just struggling to get the right angle. He knows it. He knows I'm struggling. He is completely doing these little rolls here, changing directions every now and then, and this is just not something that allows me to keep up with his pace. There's absolutely nothing that I can do, and I'm glad to see that, guys. This is exactly the way it's supposed to be. You know, in the past you had the biggest fighter, the most expensive fighters, you were winning the fight. It was kind of like pay to win, and this was really not the intended way Star Citizen was supposed to be played. And with this new flight model that we're having here in Star Citizen 3.14, this really shows that it is all about choosing the right ship for the right situation and a combination of skills at the same time. So there we have it, guys. The Vanguard is destroyed. Time to talk about this month giveaway, guys. I have a lot of things I am giving away, thanks to Uncle Funk Machiminas, a G12 with LTI and 3 sets of Grey Cat armor, and thanks to Dragon Ghost, $25, $10, and $10 in Narizak gift cards. This is on Discord for the Patreons and the Join Better members. But if you subscribe to this channel, I have a Gattack Raylan with LTI. All you have to do is to be a subscriber to this channel and answer the giveaway question I'm asking right now, guys. Which of these classes is your favorite? I will go for the Interceptor. I like the idea of going fast, hit and run tactics, and then eliminating the target with the right angle and outmaneuvering them at the same time. It's a lot of fun, and definitely my playstyle. I liked also the medium fighters with the support. I was quite impressed with his capabilities, but I do enjoy a little bit of extra maneuverability. But let me know in the comment section down below what is your favorite. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more content on the channel. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. And a big shout out to Tala for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for your contribution on Patreon. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.